Greetings, Mandrick here. This is video part 2 of 2, and we'll cover the following recovery side missions. Rescue the remaining 3 squads, destroy the remaining 2 propaganda towers, collect one of the remaining 3 Spartan Cores with the last 2 at the tower, which will be covered in another video, and the last remaining HVT Briglard will be covered officially on the Mission 5 excavation site while leaving this island. Now, I fast traveled back to Golf. I had a shield. Should have had a progress save. Should have had a checkpoint at the FOB. So why does the game put me out here? I can play this. I can do this 1,000 times, and it's always going to have me start at the FOB. But as it turns out, since I have what I need, I'm carrying what I need. I'm just going to make my way from where I was and just do this journey back to the southern part of the island all over again. I believe there's an elite and a jackal or 2 or something like that I come across. And so there's the elite. The thing is, he doesn't have a shield. I kind of hope you're the only elite, because I'll take you out. I really don't know of anything else. Gotta be more than just one jackal. We're doing this mission I'm trying to do with Starlight. It is imperative that you go there with a full BR and full stalker. That elite in my way, and I think that probably a phantom. And so there's very up and drop off enemy. Few places to get more ammo. Now there's a BR here or there at Starlight Squad. You don't necessarily have good access to the ammo. You can't tell me there's just one jackal and one elite. Yeah, I don't even know if I was shot, but I'm going to continue on. Now I got these guys out of the way. The thing I was wanting to do was to go around. I want to try and avoid any skirmishes and anything where I have to shoot and use my ammo, because I want to go clean. So here comes the phantom again. There's a trigger line when you get in this area and you come along here in this area. It triggers a phantom, and I'd already gotten that Spartan Core. So I'm gonna go again, once again, same route along this left side of the ravine. And I believe I've gotten to the point where I think there's going to be the brute. And it turns out, what do you know? He's back, and he's here. Good, he's back. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but it's good that I found him, and he's here, and I can take the skewer with me. But it turns out I don't necessarily have to take a skewer from here. There is a skewer on the ground at Starlight Squad. It's on the ground, which means it's just a 1-and-1. But this one, since he drops it, just a matter of somehow famine doesn't affect it. It's basically it's a 1-and-3, and 1-and-3 is pretty much considered like a full if you got it off of a rack. If you get it off a rack, it's 1-and-3. So this is really good that I have this much ammo on the skewer. So it's, and I'll explain. The skewer, I'm mainly and only going to use it on the brute chieftain that comes in on reinforcements. He's got a, might be difficult. Well, he's going to have a scrap cannon. Without thunderstorm, he's like a plasma cannon. But So these guys have brutes, but you can see it's equipped. There's equipment and there's crates, there's things laying around. So this setup will work because there is a plasma pistol. There is a rack there with a plasma pistol. There is a pulse carbine, and there is a plasma ammo dispenser. So this is something that will work and I will utilize. So I'm gonna plan to kill these guys and then be able to take what I need to take. There's also a plasma cannon, but I don't bother with it. I'm not gonna be able to get BR ammo back. It's gonna. It takes a lot to shoot these brutes with the BR. Now I could probably get my stalker back. Yeah, being I'm planning, I'm gonna see how well that works out, and it doesn't kill him, but I get him with the headshots. They take that one out. And being there's that tree in the way, can't really see very well. So 2 of the brutes are gone, and there's a 3rd one. You're right there. I'm just guessing until he steps out and I can see him. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? All these shots, and I'm kind of, what is going on? Lots of ammo used on this. More than I wanted. I mean, if you ask me, it looks like I'm shooting him in the head. But I'll be okay with BR ammo, as you'll get to see coming up when I get to Starlight, when I get to the grounds. There's a place that has a BR or 2, and I'll get ammo and I'll be good and just fine. I believe the pulse carbine is placed. It's just lying around. I don't know. Plasma pistol is 100%. It's full because it was in a rack. Come on, game. Juggle it. Yeah, really? Are you serious? Alright, no pulse carbine. That's gonna hurt. I can get one. At Starlight Squad, there's an area, there's a couple places where there is one. But I don't know, can I shoot that with the rockets and it take it out? I'd have to actually hit the red core. Yeah, so I'm looking to pick up the rocket launcher and take it and... Yeah, see, there's the pulse carbine. It was placed, which means it's 50%. So I'll see how much. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably want the stalker rifle to be full. But it turns out that it worked out. Alright, it's good. It's good. Yeah, almost a mistake made. I can see if I can find the rocket. So I'm looking to get the rocket launcher. Should be one rocket launcher. I want to say there should be 3 of them. And being this one reloaded, I have at least a minimum of 2 shots. Which means I have a minimum. And so I'm looking to get shots. Look for another one. I can see it on the scan. There's another one off to the right. A little more to my right. Didn't I kill one over here? Oh, he got blasted away. So, yeah. Ooh, lucky. So I probably have 4 shots with the rocket launcher. I don't know if it's something I want to take. Have a way getting it back here. But here I'm going to look to shoot the propaganda tower with the rockets. Right, and then I'm going to use a very similar method like I did on Foundation when I had the big chasm. Is I drop two primary weapons. These or the pistol and the AR when I killed the mule. Went back across and picked up the weapons I needed to take across over here, including what I'm carrying. This is nice to have, so I have to prioritize what I need. I need the plasma pistol, carbine, and skewer. Minimum. I don't have to have the rocket launcher. Alright, so I'm looking to... I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Don't want to shoot this with rockets. Oh. Yeah, that becomes real hard to... I don't think there's anything else I can try and shoot it with. And I don't want to go climbing over there. I really could. But I'm not going to punch it. If I go over there, you know, there's a chance this stuff could despawn if I go all the way over there. This stuff won't. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be using rockets. The thing is, you can get your longest scoped weapon, get lined up for your shot, and then switch to the rockets, and then fire it, and not have to scope in again. Yeah, right. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I didn't want to shoot it again. I'm gonna use the VR. So I've got probably just one shot. I have one, maybe two shots left in it, but I don't recall bringing it along. So I'll explain. You'll get to see how this will work. It's a long process. I really need these. I really absolutely got to have that plasma pistol. It's possible I could get by without the pulse carbine because there is one or two that I can get, but it's a lot of work and it's risky to get to, especially in the early going, because where all the enemies are, there's going to be a lot of enemies, and where they are, I would be exposed.
More Marines in trouble.
So I'll take the pulse carbine, and I'll need to come back for the plasma pistol pulse carbine. So I'm going to come up to this area here where there are no enemies. I'll find the Razorback. There are no enemies there as I'm scoped in and looking, and it's fortunate that there aren't any here. There's also, like I was saying, when you scan and look, there is a skewer and there's a sniper rifle just in view. Good. Yeah, there is a skewer. No, it's a rocket launcher. Is that a rocket launcher? It's a skewer. Or skewer. But see that... I want to see that's a skewer. Razorback is in a place to where these enemies like to throw nades. And so whenever there's fighting and combat going on, any kind of nade that blows up near that hog, it'll just get blasted away and won't be seen again. Chances are it's you know, with all the walls around here it won't, but I've had it take a nade or two and it take damage, or it gets blasted away, like out the window there or out in another place where you can't find it. So I will be making the move to you know, I don't hop in the Razorback and drive it to back into this area where I'm setting up my little camp. I don't want to take Bulldog. I want that Razorback. See, the thing is, I don't know where the enemies are. It dropped off some and they're hanging out over there, so I want to make sure I'm undetected. They don't see or know where I'm at. And I'm just going to put the hog over here where it's a little safer. Turns out it's not really going to be that safe there, because if I'm going to fight some of the enemies from that area, they'll throw the nades, and yeah, and damage there. One of the other things that could be done, I could drop a weapon for the skewer, and then just walk over the skewer to pick up the ammo. So I'll be getting some other weapons and going back and making another trip. That's a skewer. There's a sniper. And it's going to feel like a stretch to have to reach out there and get that sniper too. And that I didn't like. That's where things just get so dicey and so upsetting, is I want to grapple the weapon, not the ground, and it's going to pull me out in the wide open and expose me in front of enemies. But it turns out that, hey, I wasn't exposed. Just really scary and very upsetting at the change that 343 made. And I will probably just continue to bitch about it from here on. It's just utterly aggravating, and just become so incensed with it. If I get exposed to the enemies, which I won't, if that turns out to be the case, then it's just suicide with the plasma nade and just go back to checkpoint and do again. So as I'll explain here, but it's kind of hard to explain now until I get up there. See, on the top of these piers to my left is the place to set up. It's kind of like a little camp. Yeah, where I'm looking up there, there's a place to set up and put the weapons. But it turns out it's not really that good a place. And so I realized afterward, after the fact, where it is I do want to set up camp. And it's a little safer of a place, and I can just get the weapons. It becomes more difficult to get the weapons there, because it'll be around a point to where the enemies, I've already been identified by the enemies. I've been detected, and they know I'm around, so they're going to be looking for me. And so it becomes harder to get the weapons up there. Now I have the stockpile set up. Put one here and there. But really, when I come around the corner here and realize that I alerted the stalker sniper, or the jackal sniper.
Talk boring. Want harder. Sneaky.
I'm kind of really stuck. I was hoping I could just melee him to death so that he couldn't notify anyone, but nah, punched him and he called him. And this is a good place to get set up, but with where the enemies are, they can get shots on me with the rockets, but when they get set in place, he just shoots above then the rockets really won't be able to get to me. So being that there was some kind of oddity with the editing I had here, I guess I'm on my way back. Secondly, I've also done my commentary for what I've already seen. I had a death and I had a checkpoint all the way back. So I have to move all my weapons back up here again. So the ideal place, as as this has evolved, doing this a few times, is getting, instead of putting the weapons in the stockpile in this area that you see me putting it here now, is to where that stalker sniper was. That's where I want to put at least weapons that I want to use, like the plasma pistol and the pulse carbine. And then this time, the jackal.
This thing's got a problem with just trying to juggle and move weapons.
Yeah, there was some trouble earlier with the grapple again. Just keep grappling the ground instead of the weapon. And trying to, juggle the weapons and move the weapons didn't always work right. And see why one of the reasons why that's not a good place to have those weapons is they throw nades, and the nades will get up there. They don't necessarily, nades don't exactly make it up to this area, this upper portion. And here again, it is not grappling the weapon.
Come on!
It is aggravating beyond my mind. And here, again, trying to juggle something, and it's just not doing it.
It has to be so fucking difficult.
So one of the things that comes into play that seem to be helpful is this turret, this chain turret. Grunts like to get up on it, and if you position yourself just right, they can't shoot you, but you can shoot them. They want to shoot more of the lower part of your body, like below your shoulders. And you can position just your eye line to where you can shoot them. So you get a grunt on the turret, and you can, or elite, oh, I'm sorry, an elite, a brute, and then it's an easy death. And they just kind of they file in one by one and get up on the turret. And those rockets, you stay far enough away from the edge, and then you're not going to get any damage from it. So what's the next enemy? So you can get the next one up there and take him out.
First I thought a human was here, but now I don't. We're best at searching because we're
I should be using a plasma pistol on these guys instead of the pulse carbine. I'm gonna run out. See, one of the other downsides, if I start using too much stalker rifle, I'll run out, and there's going to be some situations coming up whenever the reinforcements get dropped off that some of these grunts, they stay distant, and I don't have a way of picking them off from distance unless I have the stalker.
Eyes up, Chief. More of them.
So there was I'm not sure how many enemies are remaining, but that will trigger the reinforcements, and it's going to be a phantom. And here I want to get in a position where the phantom isn't going to shoot me as it goes by. I think what happened is I was exposed, I was out, and I was shooting enemies, and then the phantom started shooting at me, and it killed me. So with this time, I'm going to hang out and just wait for him to drop off the enemies and then fly off. He's dropping off grunts, jackals, and a chieftain with a scrap cannon, and he is the difficult one to deal with. He is the reason why I have the skewer, why I want to use the skewer. When I eventually get all that set up and try and engage him, it'll look easy. So here comes a rocket, and you got to tell me, how does that kill me? There's nothing. There is nothing. How does that kill me?
I mean, what? What the fuck could that possibly do to hurt me?
wasting my time.
Yeah, I was kind of upset. It takes a while to set this up. It takes a while to get this going and get through this. It is very time consuming.
Nobody's hiding anywhere. That's a relief. Humans would never fight grunts like this.
Yeah, I shouldn't have used
Chief, enemy
the
reinforcements.
stalker. I need to use a plasma pistol. At this closer range, it should be a plasma pistol. At this point, I'm kind of wasting the stalker. Here we go again, more shots. But that's also kind of in hindsight. Yeah, you hop down in this area, nades will make it up here. Rockets will get you up here. So this is not the place for the weapons. I need them on that upper area. The other thing that comes into play is I don't want to necessarily have that chieftain as the last enemy, because I want to be able to get a shield, and I'm not going to be able to punch him during any of this. Here we go. See, these guys are pretty distant. See that one right there? I'm going to run out of stalker rifle. Yep, there I'm out. There's going to be another... I think there's going to be another grunt out there, and I'm going to have to use the pulse carbine. See, there's one right there. So as I'm saying, I want to engage and try and get a kill on this chieftain and still have an enemy left around where I can get my shield back. But I don't think it works out that way. Because the thing is, you try and engage that chieftain and all the other little guys then chime in and they want to shoot you while you're trying to engage him. The goal and the tactic with him is use the pulse carbine and take his shield out, switch to the skewer, and a single headshot with the skewer will knock his helmet off. His helmet off, shield down, simple headshot. So I got my shield back. Then right away I get it damaged again. Can't do damage on that grunt from here. Not with the stalker. It may have gotten 1 or 2 shots on him, but that plate protects him on the gun. I think it's up there. Yeah. So in this area here where I'm looking off there to the right, there is a pulse carbine, so that's one of the places where you can claim one, which now is behind me. Trying to weigh my options. Not too many options. I want to try and get back to my camp, my little setup area. I think I'm trying to get back to the other side for something I can't think of right now. Shoot. Oh, wow. Yeah, it changes direction, and then I can get across, but I'm not sure what I was waiting for here.
Whoa, is that a Spartan? Hey, get us out of here!
And I know there could be discussion as far as releasing the Marines. See, there's the pulse carbines.
Pulse carbines.
Yeah, releasing the Marines here so they can help fight, but no, they're going to end up dying. So I don't release the prisoners. I don't release the Marines. On any of these, on any side. There's some times where, if I have no need to keep any of the Marines, then yeah, it's a viable thing you can do. Is just release them and they become a distraction. Instead of the enemy shooting you, they'll shoot at the Marines. You don't need them. They don't need to be alive. You don't need to keep any of them. Yep, just release them and they're just fodder, and it's just you can stay alive longer and just kill the enemies and get it done quicker. But with this setup, I'm taking the Marines with me, and I can't afford to lose more than one. There's 6 here, and I'm going to take 5. Yeah, that was a close one.
Wow, that's almost funny.
That is just hilarious. Could have splattered me.
Whoa, is that a Spartan? Hey, get us out of here! Someone will come for us. Just gotta believe.
Fuckers are away. Look at plasma.
Hey, Chief, over here!
Plasma pistol on that rack. was a big one to get taken care of. I think I can work my way back. Good thing it
Don't
grappled
think I
the
need to
weapon
take
because that
this.
would have exposed me and put me out there. But I'm gonna take the pulse card.
Chief, I knew you'd come to save.
What is wrong with the game when it comes to trying to move weapons, but it just ignored me trying to move that weapon. Guess I'm on my way back.
Hey, Chief, over.
I think there's a grunt and then the chieftain remaining. So I'm trying to get set up here to take him out. Here comes the nade. Good thing I grabbed that weapon as I did, because that nade would have probably blown it away.
Don't let him evade.
Want to have that BR handy nearby. So take his shield out. And I got that grunt that's probably going to be shooting me when I'm messing with him. So 5 shots. And now, see, there he goes. He gets on the...
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
He is a keen eye.
So I have to do it again. And now he's the last remaining thing. So I wanted to keep that grunt alive. And of all times he gets on. See, there's the shot with the skewer, takes his helmet off. Got to get the shot on him before he gets his shield back. And now it's done.
Oh, that was
You
the
saved
last
a lot of
one?
lives today. These Marines are in your debt.
Well,
So now at this point, it's a matter of what weapons do I want to carry with me for the trip back. I'm going to arm the Marines with
I got some scattered all over the place.
2 sniper rifles, 2 bulldogs,
That was just about
and probably a commando, maybe the rocket launcher. We'll find out how well the rocket launcher thing goes, but I think I give them a rocket launcher, but I know it's not a good idea
Right
to take
behind
it.
you, sir.
'Cause
Take it if you need it, Chief.
they like to shoot close quarters with it,
Right.
and it can wreck you, flip you around, cause problems.
Okay. Get the bulldog.
That's never really good.
Come on, follow Chief.
I hear you.
Chief?
So there's a stockpile of
do with
marine
this.
weapons over by where the Marines were held captive. A nice little
I
stockpile.
can make do with this. That's something.
There was a bulldog. Looks like someone already picked it up. There's a sniper rifle. Someone put the sniper rifle down.
What's the deal, Chief? Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this.
I don't think there's much ammo.
Advancing.
So here's that stockpile right
Oh,
here.
look, there's still a bulldog and a sniper.
I'm not sure what I'm looking for.
Okay, got that.
Maybe it was just more ammo with the stalker. So I guess
Ammo
I'm taking the
dispenser.
stalker and the
This area
BR.
locked down, Marines.
So now it's to equip these guys. These Marines, that way.
Hey, you weirdos.
So here's a bulldog and a sniper.
Yeah,
So he's
I can
got
use this.
he's got the bulldog.
Right, sniper. I don't.
Got the 2 bulldogs. rocket. Figure out which ones
Fine.
which of the Marines are linked, which ones are not. One of them is not going to be linked. Right.
What next, sir?
Probably let 'em keep it. I think what I was looking for was maybe there was going to be
Probably gonna fucking kill him.
another bulldog, but there isn't. There's just two.
Moving up.
We're down, but we're not out.
We got no time for gossip, Marines.
Oh, good. Give him commando. I gave him the skewer.
Riding
I
shotgun.
need
Let's
a
move.
sheep.
Buckle up.
Bad. So I think I'll give him the skewer instead of.
I'll get out here.
I think, yeah,
Yes, sir.
I give him the skewer, so it takes care of that.
Call shotgun.
Yeah, no shield.
Popping in.
That's going to be kind of a difficult one. One of the, oh my goodness, it's such a very difficult thing to deal with when you have Marines in the hog and you try and get your shield back off of an enemy. I thought these guys like to throw nades, so you have to park far enough away. You have to park far enough away from
I probably don't even have to.
from the enemy so that
think I've done enough.
you can get them without these guys getting them. These guys are really good with the shotgun.
Dropped one. I get crap out of my teeth meaner than you.
So I'm trying to park here. I'm going to go and try and get my shield back off of one of these enemies. Here I'm getting caught up on all the rocks.
I hate everything that's happened.
You guys better not have shot me. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Copy that. All clear. I've got shotgun.
See any signs? Take a breather,
So I think I came out of that unscathed. I can't tell you how many times I have done just that,
It's not a sports
and I'm
car,
killing the
but it'll
enemy,
do.
and I've heard my shield charge, and as I feel like, okay, I'm done, and I guess got the kill on them, here comes someone that shoots, throws a nade, and
Plenty of time to
damages
pee in
me.
your pants and soil your underwear while you were tied up.
Woo!
We're on the road
Oh, let's
now.
never do that
We're not stopping.
So that you can get out and go in the bush. All right, so here on the way back, there's going to be this propaganda tower that I'm going to take out. I do have a route
Sniping well.
that I can take, and I'll get off the mountain, and I can get back to the fob. I can get back to the north part of the island, central part, north part of the island.
Taking them out.
So I will be able to drive out of here, and I will be able to keep these guys
Hero was
I'll
better.
be.
for the next mission, for the next objective I'm going to do.
Enemy
Oh,
fire on me.
yeah, I got lucky there.
Taking some hits. Enemy down.
So they're working well with the sniper and the shotguns. Comes in very handy, and they're doing me good.
Really think about it. I could just fast travel.
Wait for me.
I'm trying to weigh the option of just doing a fast travel from here, because when I go to rescue Boxer Squad, there's a sniper set up for their camp,
Going for a ride.
and there's
for
another
ride.
sniper rifle set up at a audio log, so I can get to sniper rifles. But the thing is, I think it becomes a lot of trouble to get bulldogs.
I'm still thinking about doing a fast travel. Well, I could just fast travel and then just call it a night. This is the stressful part.
I think
Being
I'm
on
getting
3
near the
wheels.
end of the evening here.
Driving
It's
back.
near the end of the night, and scaling this. I guess I'm trying to get this done. Wow, I'm already missing a tire. This is going to be more difficult with 3 tires.
Okay, I think I'm gonna be sick. You notify air traffic control before takeoff, Chief?
So this is kind of a, this is just really just kind of random how this works
Right
out.
play.
I could have a good takeoff off of
I'm
here
Exiting.
and land upside down.
Dive
I could have a
off.
bad takeoff and land right
through
side up.
here.
I think what I'm
Yeah,
doing is
down
looking
there.
to see where my next drop is going to be. So I'm going to drop down to the next area and then do my
Taxi!
full fall drop off from down there.
Then
And one of the other difficulties is when, if you flip the hog, roll the hog, and the Marines
This
get
must
ejected, you can find them get ejected through the ground, and then you'll lose one. Sometimes they get ejected and they go into a zombie mode, and you have to
Down
try and
there
relink
gently.
with them.
drive off.
And you'll find many times they don't even want to bother getting back in the hog.
Friendly and firing line. Let's ride.
See, this one right here is just kind of starting to wander off.
Let's go.
And has kind of gotten into a zombie mode. Yeah, he's going into zombie mode, and then snaps out of it. So this is where to drive off, but it's risky, and it's hard to find a particular spot to drive off of to get down below. They don't want to flip it, and then of course this happens.
No,
Gonna be
no.
sick. Gold medal in the long jump goes to us.
On your through!
I want to get away from him.
Show me what you got, freak.
And here comes the Phantom. Going to cause more damage.
Fire!
What, you flunk out of Banished driving school or something? Firing.
So as far as weighing the options, as far as
Kick your
the
sniper.
objectives to do on this, one of the choices, or as far as options is concerned, would be kind of early on going down and get Starlight Squad, and then I get them in the hog and bring them back. And as I bring them back, then I can take care of that Acro Vagadoon, because that's where he's at. That's the area I'm looking at. He's
I'm in.
right down over
Time to
there.
go. Getting in. Let's go.
But being it's already been taken care of, yeah, this guy, he's, come on, is once you have the HVT completed, the area is reset and every single thing is moved and is gone. I mean, all those, the weapons, the weapon racks,
Watch yourself. Jackal sniper.
the ammo dispensers, everything disappears and is gone. The only thing left is the weapon that that you can requisition. It's set up on like a pedestal.
Crap, dropped contact.
So here is just trying to find the route and the a safe way of getting off the mountain, because there's a couple ravines that are difficult to get across, and so you have to kind of get boxed
Nice
in.
shot.
And this is one of those areas. And the last thing I need is be flipped upside down by these guys.
Enemy contacts.
So one of the things I'm trying to do here is to kill off some of these guys,
On my position.
find
Keep
one
it
or
up.
two of them, and I'm gonna park far, hopefully park far enough away where I can
Realize that Chief's about to kill
where I
you
can
all,
go get my
right?
shield
Come
back
on,
and melee
Banished,
one
you
of
ain't
these.
killed me yet. Hoorah! We've got long distance
Okay, get my
capabilities. Ready to
shield.
go, Chief. Disembark.
Yeah, so there's a grunt down to the left and a jackal up here. Actually, it turns out to be two jackals.
Two of them.
I just hope he just didn't shoot me. I thought he shot me.
Could use some covering fire.
And so then being he had shot me, I'm like, Guys, better not kill that grunt because I'm gonna need. Yep, see, he shot me. Oh, God, I got tagged.
Got a shotgun. Hopping in.
So I think they killed. Nope, there's still a. There's still a
Let's go.
jackal alive there, and
Target
Get the
eliminated. Great work,
what
my
happens
man.
is a nice little fadeaway shot, and got the jackal. And it's a pretty good shot, but then I'm kind of like, hey, I needed to kill him, and he's gone. He's dead.
Did they kill it? Did they kill him? Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know, was it a fadeaway or what? But oh my, come on.
So then I remember and think that I'm going to try and go back. Look, some of these guys look like they're in zombie mode. They snap out of it. Is that cave that I was in before heading out this way. Those sleeping grunts. So I'll make my way back over to
Let's get
there.
rolling.
All aboard?
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got all 5. If you remember, this is that little ravine, pretty much where I started. I started up here in the upper right on that little cliff top, and then worked my way down to here with a ghost, and from here down to
Hold on to your butts.
that left side.
Again, Chief.
So here's that cave.
Maybe something in
So I'm hoping at this point I can just run in there.
and then-
Hopefully these guys aren't gonna follow me too close, so I gotta be quick. Are these grunts gonna be here? Please, please, please.
Spartans sure are quick.
So that worked out. Got my shield back. This hog is not in very good shape, but as it turns out, since I have ransom keep done,
I'm in.
rescued some
Time to go.
squads,
Getting in.
got the propaganda towers, I now have enough valor to requisition a Razorback. So now it's just a point, just get back to Foxtrot. And now it's time to plan what the next objective is going to be.
That's right. Hey, cow.
Yeah, this'll do.
So at this point, there are 3 squads to rescue, and that's going to be the next thing. Is to get the Razorback,
Damn it, someone beat me to it.
figure out how to arm these guys. There's a BR down there. I guess I have enough BR. That is not a good ghost, it's a dead ghost. Unless the scan is bad. So I'm getting close to Ransom Keep.
Long-range
I'm
weapons
gonna
on
go
us.
again.
Watch that fire.
Do I look like a friggin' Banished to you?
Yeah, not
Strapped in.
good.
XA.
But it turns out all 5 are still alive. All 5 are here. No enemies around. So
Firing.
I'm good. Yeah, I don't like this little area here. There's not any trails and
Outstanding.
stuff like that, so it's really hard to get through this. All the little trails back there, it's also kind of a bit of a
Get
maze.
acquainted with my bumper.
Now getting back to the road. Finally back to the main road.
We got it. Hey, your mom looks like a diseased dinosaur.
Anything else alive? Yeah, I'm alive. Maybe I can get
Hostiles out of
That
sight.
and
We've got
shield
long
back.
distance capabilities. Ready to go, Chief. Keep your eyes peeled.
thinking that I may have taken some kind of damage along with that, so... And then it turns out there's something else alive. Oh shit, you shooting me? And he's shooting me, and they kill it before I... Oh, come on!
Green and on the scene.
That's what I mean by it's so difficult with these Marines. They do all the killing for you, so they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But when you need to get your shield back, it takes some planning.
But he didn't shoot.
Oh my
Let's
god.
hit the road. I've got shotgun.
Yep, shot me, and they killed him before I could get my shield back. That's what we're programmed to do. Now there's one. There's these fronts over here that I can...
I'm firing.
Come on, line up, you bastard.
Not to get rolled.
Jetpack group. Jetpack.
We got
Major.
hostiles.
On!
One by one. That's how we do it.
I'm gonna try and park far enough away, and I'm gonna run over and see if I can get my shield back off those
That's
two
what I like
little
to see.
grunts
Come
by
on,
the
get
ghosty.
there.
Grunts.
Push forward. Wait for us, Chief.
Right, I did it. Got my shield back.
Don't overextend, Marines. Let the Spartan handle. I'm in. Running shotgun. Let's move.
Which one of you tastes like chicken? That's how you win a war.
Right,
Let me out here.
got a shield. Now,
Chief?
do I want
You
to...
ever get a look at Ishram? He's older than dirt and smells like burning tires.
Will you keep it down?
Right. That one's gonna have... So looking at here what's left, there's 3 squads and 1 Spartan Core. That 1 Spartan Core that I just looked at right there has a Hydra. And that can also come in handy for the 5th wheel, the 5th Marine. So as far as the use of Spartan Core points as the planning for the tower coming up, I want to make sure I have up to the 2nd tier for the grapple and the 2nd tier on the shield core, the shield module. And then I'm saving the remaining cores that I pick up, or the Spartan cores that I pick up. I'm going to use those for the threat sensor when I get that inside the tower. So I'm not going to use any more Spartan core points on any more equipment that I have.
2 snipers. So if I save these guys, I'll get 1 sniper. It'll. I don't have to.
So yeah, there's 2 squads remaining.
I think
Got
I'm
Boxer
gonna
and
give it
Carrera.
1.
So I'm getting set up and the planning to
doing good
collect
with
and get a Sentinel Beam. And I'm kind of thinking the process through here. So the the way you get one is at HVT Briglard. You kill enough enemies for reinforcements, and they'll come down in a drop pod. There's a couple drop pods. One of the drop pods, and it's the same one every time, is a Brute Major. He carries a Sentinel Beam, and it's random. Sometimes he carries a rocket launcher. In order, if you find him with the rocket launcher, just go back to a FOB, and then return back to the area, repeat, and until he carries a Sentinel Beam, and you can get it. So the thing to do is you go, you get the reinforcements, you kill him, and carry the Sentinel Beam out, get back in your Ghost, and return to a FOB, doesn't matter which one, so that the area resets. And so if you want more than one Sentinel Beam, which I want to equip 2 of my Marines with them, it's a little tricky, it's a bit of a process. I carry the Sentinel Beam back, I'll drop it in the road, in the area where HVT is, there's an area, there's a couple grunts out there. I'll kill the grunts, and then I'll just drop the Sentinel Beam in the road, because I don't want to carry the other one and then collect the both of them. They'll merge together, so you don't want that to happen. So I'll leave the one in the road, and just repeat the process. Kill enough enemies for reinforcements. Here comes the reinforcements. Kill him, and collect the Sentinel Beam, throw it down the road. And then you juggle the 2 Sentinel Beams with a 3rd weapon, all the way back to, I take it to, Foxtrot, and I'll just juggle them, the 2 of them back to Foxtrot. You don't want to be carrying the Sentinel Beam and then touch up on the other one, because, like I said, they'll merge together. So this is how you get 2 of them. One additional note is you don't want to take any Marines to do this with you. You want to do this solo. If you are with a co-op partner, this is easy to do with a co-op partner. Just load up your hog, the Razorback, with all Marines. Have the co-op partner in a Ghost and have him do all the work, and he can just bring a Sentinel Beam back, give it to a Marine, repeat the process, but you have to go back to a FOB to
Holy shit!
reset
Are you
everything.
kidding me?
Please don't hit the Ghost.
No!
And his nade blew away the Ghost. So now I get the second one. And now I have to deal with these guys again. Nades, using the plasma turret. What's left? I heard something, and that's why I killed him, because I heard something.
Because I heard something else still alive, but it's not. Oh, come on.
I even heard it in the replay. I heard something off to my left, thinking there was and like I said, just on the replay, heard it. Sounded just like it did when the game happened. So I guess what I am working on here is I'm looking
HVT in
to
range, Chief.
get a Sentinel Beam. So Sentinel Beams with the
He's one of the
Marines
UNSC's
are
most
gold.
wanted. Don't
It
underestimate
is
him,
the
Chief.
ideal weapon for them to have. See if I can get into cover before I get shot at. So there's a sniper, and I don't see him. There's a Brute Skewer sniper on top of that pier where you see that grunt, like right behind him on top of one
Where's
of those
the
piers.
sniper? Come on.
And he's not up there. So that kind of presents a bit of a problem. There's also a jetpack major, and so he's also a hard one. But if you can just splatter him, that just makes it that much easier. But he has that heat wave, and he'll just wreck the hog.
What the fuck?
At a brand new Ghost, and I don't know what happened. Now it's already on fire. So I got to kill 1 or 2 more enemies, and then the reinforcements will come.
Fucking die! I mean, just so many things have gone wrong already. I cannot believe how badly this thing is playing.
Yeah, hey, this was just turning out to be just a bad run. There's the brute sniper. Getting shot at from all sides, and this guy just not dying.
Enemy reinforcements.
Now here come the reinforcements. So it comes down and splatter him. There's the weapon, and then here again what comes into play is I want to grapple the weapon. I'm going to give you 3 guesses as to what happens. The first 2 don't count.
Come on! Grapple the weapon! Come on! Finally.
So the goal with this trip is to get the 1 Sentinel Beam. I'll take it back to the FOB. So the thing is, I also want to try and get my shield back, so I'm going to look for something to punch.
Put him up, human! A human! That's no shots!
Heard my shield charge. I wasn't shot. I'm getting away. Here's my weapon. Now I just need to get my ghost. So as far as the trips and stuff, what I'm saying is,
Here is
I'm going to take
leave
this.
the stalker behind.
I guess
Well, I'm
tower
going to
was
have
a
to.
more than
I have
appropriate
to leave
name.
the stalker behind. I'm going to
Look
have to
at
leave a
that
weapon
place.
behind.
The
I don't want to
signal's
leave
coming
my
from
BR
within that
behind.
main structure.
But I guess
So
I
we're
can
up
do
top.
without the
We're
stalker.
gonna need to find a way
So
in.
I'm going to go back and get my
HVT
ghost.
range, Chief.
And so I'm
This
going
one's
to
a
take this back to the
particularly murderous
FOB.
grunt. High Sumter Bricklard.
And when I go back to the FOB,
He's
this
one of the
area will
UNSC's most
reset.
wanted.
Everything
Don't
that's been
underestimate him,
killed,
Chief.
everything's going to get reset back to the way it was. Even if
He's
you
going to
killed
do
the
it.
HVT, you'll kill him. If I accidentally killed him. If there's one of these enemies still left alive, part of his group, it will not be considered complete. So carrying the Sentinel Beam, LBR, taking the ghost, and
There's a bunch
what
of
would you know that there's a bunch of enemies at this intersection
Well, they gave me a
again.
checkpoint.
I've cleared this intersection 3 or 4 times, and I come back here, and once again, it is, again, it's, the enemies are back. And then this time, I'm going to have a phantom reinforcements, and he's going to shoot at me while I'm trying to get away. So I get back to the FOB. It'll reset that area. Yeah, just turn.
Oh, come on!
Just turn and get in my way. Looks like these are the Marines I saved from Starlight Squad.
Either way.
Or at least some of them. And so it's the end of this stream, and this is the end of part 1. And so come back and catch me on part 2. And so I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to fire up. I'll have part 2 going. I'll catch you there. Greetings, Mandrake here. This is Mission 4 Recovery Part 2 of 2. So in part 1, as far as things that were done and accomplished, got knocked out Ransom Keep, captured the 2 FOBs, rescued 2 of 4 squads, eliminated or destroyed 5 of 5 propaganda towers, and collected 5 of 8 Spartan Cores. And so now resuming part 2 here. By the way, when the end of part 1 was the end of a stream, so it just ended that, and so this is just starting this up. And again, the game just starts me and places me out in the wild instead of at a FOB, which is where I was left off, and I was set up at, and should have gotten a progress save, should have gotten a checkpoint, and should have put me at the FOB. And so here I am out in the wild. And instead of going back to the FOB, which is, I could have just done a fast travel, but I realized I'm just across the creek from the Ghost, which is what I'm trying to get to. And also to kind of follow up at the end of the first stream, I'm just beginning my setup for getting ready for the tower. And that means I want to get... I ended up getting a Sentinel Beam at the end of the first part. And so this is now part 2. And at the beginning here, I'm going to be claiming a second Sentinel Beam for my Marines. And so that means I want to get a Ghost and go after and get a second Sentinel Beam. And if there's any refresher needed to claim a Sentinel Beam, go to the HVT Brigglard. You kill a few enemies, you get reinforcements, and there's like 2 drop pods. One of the drop pods is going to have a Brute Major with a Sentinel Beam. In some rare instances, he might have a rocket launcher. So you just go back to a FOB, reset the area, go back, repeat the process, and see if he's got a Sentinel Beam. And then, you know, when he's got it, then just kill him, claim it, and leave the area. So being I'm getting a second one means I'm carrying one, and I will be dropping it in the road once I get to that area. And so I've got my hands free to pick it up and juggle it back. So what I'm doing here is this intersection has some enemies, and I don't want to use the Sentinel Beam that I have and the BR and run diminished goods. So the Ghost is going to be the ideal weapon to take out these guys.
You will not forget the day off.
Doing a little bit of side to side, and he almost got me with that nade. So I think that takes care of these guys. I'm going to head back over to HVT Brigglard. Like I'm saying, I'm already carrying a Sentinel Beam, and it's just a standard. It's just standard. It's the regular one. It's not the upgraded one. I'll get up here, take out a couple grunts.
I guess tower was a more than appropriate
And
name.
ideally, when you take these guys out, say he drops a weapon. I don't know where his weapon goes, but I was looking to drop the Sentinel Beam here in this area, but I couldn't find his weapon, and the other one's across the road there. This sniper was being a little complicated, being a little difficult. But where are their weapons? Their weapons aren't even close. I mean, there are 2 of them killed in the street, and where's their weapon? Yeah, I did a scan, and the weapons don't show up nearby. And now this time he's not up on the... Where's the sniper? So there's a jetpack Brute Major, and then there's a bunch of little guys, grunts, jackals. I think there's another Brute Major with a rocket launcher up there. And I don't know how many I need to kill. I don't know if it's certain ones, but you just kill a few. It's just a small handful. And there's that. There's a weapon there. I'll drop the plasma pistol, but it's a real risky thing here. They're throwing nades, there's rockets, and they're all shooting at me, and it's a real mess. And then here comes the Brute Major Heat Wave, shoots the Ghost like twice, and now it's already on fire. Already on fire.
I'm picking up reinforcements.
And so
coming our
killing
way.
that jackal did the trick for getting the reinforcements. And this is him right here to the left. There's the Sentinel Beam. So splatter him. That's what I'm looking for. And I get a good clear sight of where the Sentinel Beam was. My shield is really damaged. Damaged well. That's great. There goes the BR. I thought I had something else out. So I was thinking there was going to be some other way of dropping it down here, but I think I was just getting out of the way, the range of them shooting. I'm looking for the other Sentinel Beam, and I do recognize and see it, so now it's time to put this one down. So the goal here is to juggle the 2 of these back to the FOB, and I can give 2 of them to Marines. Being it solo, that's about the best I can do. What I could do is return here.
Gives me a checkpoint with my shield being damaged.
With a damaged shield. Yeah. And so what could be done is I could return with the full squad of Marines and a Razorback and do this same thing again, and claim another.
Why are these things?
Claim another Sentinel Beam. However, there's a chance they'll kill everyone.
Already got the.
But I don't want to do that until after the tower. When the tower is completed and done, I'm going to lose the Marines and the vehicles.
Am I carrying one already?
Maybe a vehicle. But I'll end up losing the Marines that are carrying the Sentinel Beam, and so it'll be gone. So I want to keep this alive so I can come back and get another one.
Right up here. There. Oh, what do you know? It grappled it without grappling the ground.
Yeah, what do you know? Alright, so at this point I'm just looking to melee an enemy so I can get my shield back.
Did you shoot me?
So now that I've got the 2 Sentinel Beams, I'm now going to juggle and move these out of the area here and just move them down into this area. And I'm going to go up and claim the Ghost and move it along as well. I'm going to need the Ghost because that intersection, even though I killed all those enemies at that intersection, it's going to reset. Even though I'm not that far away, it's going to reset and put enemies there again. And really don't stand much of a chance with the BR and a disruptor. So the Ghost is going to be my means of clearing out those enemies.
I guess Tower was a more than appropriate name. Look at that place.
So here I'll get to speed this up. So during this point, I'll go ahead and mention to get a recap of what there is to do to finish off this mission, recovery. I have 2 squads to rescue and 3 more Spartan Cores. One of them is out here in the wild. The other 2 are at the tower. One of them's at the 2 at the tower. One's at the ground level. The other one's up in the tower at the 3rd level, just before getting to the top. The whole tower mission is a rather lengthy mission. There's a little bit of a setup to it, but I'm getting that taken care of right now with getting the Sentinel Beams. When I take my Marines along and I go get the Boxer Squad, I'll get a sniper rifle for one of the Marines, and when I go get the other Spartan Core, the Spartan Core, we'll have a Hydra, and I'll give that to one of the Marines. So the makeup of the Marines, as far as what they're armed with,
it already did its part, and it's going to come back and do it again.
Yeah, I was just complaining that, again, that this intersection, it's been very consistent about doing this every time I've done this particular portion as far as getting a Sentinel Beam and running over here.
That's just upsetting. It's gonna do
Is
come
I've
drop
cleared
off
the
and shit.
intersection, everything's
I
dead,
already did this earlier.
and there was a drop off, and went through this when I started. It had the Phantom come by, drop off enemies. I kill off all the enemies and everything. It's all done, and I come back here again, and it does. And then it just repeats and does the thing again. So a little bit of frustration.
Good God, really?
Yeah, this little jackal, he was working his way into cover around that rock.
Are you dead?
Yeah, this ghost has just about had it. I have no shield now. It's gone.
There you go.
I'm kind of lucky he didn't start shooting. So, one thing I want to mention is when it comes to arming Marines and the various weapons I've tested out and tried out with them, I think it's pretty obvious the oh, and those grunts are back and alive again. Is that Sentinel Beams are at the top of the list. The Arcane Sentinel Beam specifically, but if you can't get those, in other words, this island here doesn't have any. That the Arcane Sentinel Beam is the best to get, but if you can't get the Arcane, then of course, if you can get a regular Sentinel Beam, yeah, you definitely want to use that. And I can talk a little bit about it, mainly because the Marines will use the Sentinel Beam because of its range, and because it's not like explosive, and it's not like they have to think much about it and be concerned with using it around friendlies and things like that. So say like a rocket launcher, I'll find many times that, hey, I'll put up rocket launchers with these guys, and they'll hesitate to shoot enemies, whether they're, it might be that they're too close. They don't want to shoot too close to enemies, shoot, vehicles too close and things like that. And there's other times they just disregard that, and they'll mess that up, and they'll just really close shoot, and it'll just damage your vehicle, flip you over, cause all kinds of problems. Sniper rifle's really good, but I find sometimes they don't use them up close, and there's times even at distance, even though it's a fine distance, there's nothing wrong with the distance, they choose not to shoot, and I don't know if do they see them, do they not see them, and I'll find times that oh yeah, they see them, they're taking a shot, but then there's no follow-up shot. That enemy they're shooting at is still alive, and they're not shooting. It seems like they're not sure of the circumstances and the rhyme or reason, but there's times that they're not so good with sniper rifle, and they'll usually try and use it at a medium to a longer range. But yeah, even though sniper rifle is still, you at least want a minimum of one Marine with it, and that's usually going to be in most cases, at least 90% of the time, at least one Marine with a sniper rifle. A Hydra works out real well. I like to at least give one Marine a Hydra, at least during this part of the mission on this island. Hydra works well. It works well for long distances. It works well for medium range distances. They don't use it so often up close. But it is effective. There is a downside. I don't know if it's some kind of bug, but when driving, you're in the hog and driving and moving along, and they shoot kind of maybe like a 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 shots. One shot will, like, I don't know if it explodes in the vehicle. I don't understand what happens, but you will see and notice there's an explosion from the rocket that it fires. Whether it's, I can't say it's under, but it's like it hits. There's an explosion with the hog, and will start doing damage. And that can be a bit of a problem, and it gets real annoying. There's times where it doesn't seem like it happens for a while, and then there's times it seems like it happens a lot. But it's a bit of a downside. It will happen in this run.
Kind of interesting.
Here later on.
This ghost does not despawn
I didn't even spawn over here to begin with. I clear out that intersection. I don't go too far from it. It completely resets, yet all this stuff still sits here. Usually this stuff, if you reset, man, this stuff disappears. No, the game's real good about doing that, taking stuff away and despawning stuff. But no, it's not gonna have a problem with just, you know, putting a bunch of enemies resetting that stuff. Yeah, just a bit of an oddity with this is the makeup of, this was the base that I ended the game at. Was here, dropped off the hog, dropped off the ghost. Interesting note is when you could have your vehicle could be trashed as long as it's drivable and trashed on fire or whatever. You leave it here in the game, resume, and you come back to here. And wait, actually, you normally are going to spawn here on the deck. You in your game, progress save, checkpoint save on the deck at a FOB, you will spawn here, and whatever vehicle you have laying around, regardless of its condition, will be in new condition. Another weapon when coming to the Marines is the Ravager. It's being that here on, you know, with the LASO and Understorm and all that, most enemies are going to have shields, so it's a plasma weapon, so it's good for taking out shields with a shot or two, thus making it easier for those that have shotguns to kind of finish them off. So the Ravager, he'll fire at all kinds of different ranges too, not necessarily so much up close, but with the so to go back to the Sentinel Beam, why it is so effective and why it is lethal and it's great for the Marines. At almost any range, they will use it, and they use it a lot, and it's very effective on shielded enemies, and just it does such great work, and it's hard to compare it to really anything else. And you know, ARs, commandos, BRs, it's, you know, when I'm talking about LASO, when talking about, you know, all the skulls and the makeup of the enemies and stuff like that, you need to have weapons to take out enemies. So moving along here, since Ransom Keep is done,
until he showed up,
and these and the propaganda towers are done, you get more and more Marines that spawn along the roadside, and in most cases you'll get this Razorback that'll spawn over here as well. This one here to my right. So I'm just taking a look to see if there was any other Marines carrying a weapon that would be favorable. And so since I'm going to be giving these guys other weapons, I think I'm just going to make the move and just go. I'm just going to go to get that Spartan Core. I think I just speed it up here because I'm indecisive with what I was going to do. It would be nice, would be good if I could get shotgun, but there's not a shotgun nearby. And where there is a shotgun nearby, there's plenty of enemies, and I just don't want to have to risk the hog getting damaged. Yeah, that AR is just pretty much useless. And here at this intersection, at the intersection? Yes, it's intersection. Again, there's some more enemies. It's just a different makeup. There's not many. It's not a problem. And sometimes there would be a shotgun over here, but I don't see one.
I got a few tons of steel just itching to meet you.
That's why I came back to this intersection. Was sometimes, you know, once it resets and the makeup could be different, it might be different enemies. Sometimes there's a shotgun over here, but I don't think it's likely because of Thunderstorm. Sometimes without the Thunderstorm and the LASO, you'll get brutes that have shotguns, but Thunderstorm is on, so we'll go with I think I was also indecisive on whether I was going to take the sword or whatever weapon to take, so I decided I settled on the plasma pistol. Plasma pistol is is going to work. It will work. Taking the sword to be fine. See, at the tower, which is ultimately what I will be working my way to, there's a couple of placed plasma pistols, or at least one for sure. There's another one I think is just dropped by a jackal. And so I'll end up with like a 70-something%, 80-something% worth plasma pistol if I didn't carry one. So I could just take a sword.
Light 'em up.
Yeah, it took a lot to kill that run, it
I think
seems.
it's better than that.
So here I'm going to work my way to Boxer Squad and rescue them.
And it's just a
And there's a
grunt.
bit of an oddity that
Three of
happens
them
that
shooting.
I don't
Should've died
recall
much.
happening before. But maybe I just haven't done this in this particular fashion, as in taking a squad. Oh, by the way, there's a bit of an oddity with this little area to drive through. You just want to drive the hog through
Why is
here.
it spinning off to the left?
The hog or whatever
My
is
wheels are
done,
pointing to the
scripting
right. Just
or
turn
whatever,
right,
invisible
and it
walls or
spins
whatever
left.
it is,
What is going
it
on
doesn't.
with
It
this?
just doesn't let you through. It's
Oh.
so frustrating, and it's really hard
I
to.
don't have a
It
shot
just
here.
looks so obvious you can just drive through, but the game just like kicks you around and doesn't let you through. So as I get out here, I have 5 Marines.
Screw it, I'm on foot.
And the hog, you can see where the hog is parked. I'll go take care of Boxer Squad, which was only like a couple minutes. It really didn't take long to do this. 2-3
I'm
minutes.
detecting a new
I'll come
UNSC
back and the
distress
hog is in a
signal.
different
It's pretty
place.
close by.
I'm missing a Marine, and the Marines are delinked and in zombie mode, and I relink with them fine. But the thing was that there'll end up being a missing Marine, and the hog you'll get to see. It's still difficult to explain. So here I'm just trying to creep up. I know there's a little camp of 3 or 4 sleeping grunts. Seeing if you can hear them. You can just barely hear them. There's a jetpack brute major and a brute major. I think it's just the 2 brutes. And then just some, grunts and a jackal or 2. So it's not too terribly challenging. Yeah, the jackal saw me, and he's letting everyone know. And I didn't get a chance to melee or shoot any of the grunts because those brutes were close by and they would have seen me. So yeah, then they start shooting, and I don't get to take out any of these guys early.
Where did they go?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that
Right
hit.
at 'em.
It may have hit that jackal. Here I'm just getting shot by this jackal. That worked out. Not always a recommended thing to stagger them with the grapple and then shoot them, because I find it's like a 50% chance that they will end up getting a shot off on you or as you trade and shoot each other. There, he drops a plasma pistol, so I picked up more ammo. Get one of these. I think there's another one around here. And since he had just enough damage, I took care of him. So what I think happened is I thought he was dead, and that last death then freed the Marines.
How did the game even?
But what I think
it's
happened
done,
is
and
something
there's still one
exploded or
alive?
something
still alive on
caused
this ring because of you,
the
Chief.
Marines
Keep
to
it
be
up.
freed. Something caused the that thing to explode. So here I'm gonna take the sniper rifle. I'm gonna take it down and give it to the Marines, and I'm gonna try and at least see what happened with the hog here.
Well, you know what?
I ended up killing myself so I can come back and try and do this again, hoping maybe the hog would be different. But it's like in the ground, but it'll wig out here, and then it'll flip out, and now it's freed.
On your 6.
Whereas
You got it.
why I ended up doing a suicide was it was it was nose deep. It was like a nosedive into the ground and was stuck, and there was no moving it or getting it
Today's a
out
good day.
or getting rid of it or anything. These Marines, since they've been kind of reset, they're just.
Thanks
I
for
drop
the
that
lift,
weapon
man.
and they go to pick it up, and they will continue to do that until you like give them the weapon and then they accept it and keep it
Disembark.
and they don't go dropping it. But I'm gonna go do the same thing again here. Shit. And there's almost a bit of an accident here. I mean, right there he drops the Sentinel Beam,
great.
and I almost touched it, and it would have merged the two together into one. But yeah, he drops his weapon, he picks that as, oh, here, what's this?
Wait.
Oh, anyway.
Really?
It just
For me?
slows, it just kind of slows things down.
Buckle up.
Yeah, and where's the fifth one? I got 4 Marines, so I have to go pick up another one.
The game just keeps throwing all these crazy curveballs that shouldn't be happening.
So yeah, here's that same oddity here. As you go
Pull
down,
me to the right,
even though I aim to the left, it likes to pull you to the right, and you'll end up going down the rocks, and it'll flip and go upside down, and it also does so in a rough area where you have better chances of losing a Marine, and the hog flips it upside down, you have to turn it over, and and the Marines go all kinds of different directions. They zombify, and they don't cooperate, they de-link, and you have to spend all this time trying to herd them back up into the hog. And this intersection again resets, even though I wasn't far away,
Taken care of.
and again more enemies are in it.
I think it's go to Carrera.
So I need to get myself another Marine, and I'm going to go get that Spartan Core. And when I'm over at the Spartan Core, then I'm going to go get and rescue Carrera squad.
How the hell did you make it in the Banished?
Again, I'm just looking to see if there's a shotgun on the ground. I'm not seeing one. Right.
Stay low. Jackal sniper.
Alright, where am I going?
I need another Marine. If I can requisition a shotgun.
Felt that one, huh?
Exiting.
Still can't requisition a
Can't get a
bulldog.
shotgun.
Don't have enough valor points.
Clear. You just know there's more of them, though.
Copy that. Shotgun.
Where can I get bulldog without getting into too much? I'll just go get it. Go get them. Gave that Marine the heat wave, which will be all much better than the AR that she had.
Lost my target.
Uh-oh. I think they saw me. Get ready, Marines. This is the fun part.
Damn right.
Yeah, I could just go through it. It looks Alright, guys. I'm gonna have to make it keep. I think that worked.
So, right here. Standing around for? Let's get to work.
Is now really the time for that?
Yeah, that nade just missed by a whisker.
Banished forces! Can't kill a bunch of cockroaches, huh? Said it. Alarming grenade! We're almost 2 up to kill. Stop. Ah, hell. They got cameras.
Kill him.
Your end has arrived!
To meet you. Where they at? Come on, incoming!
That's what I like to hear.
Trying to get out of range, out of line of sight with that Phantom. Gonna shoot up the hog. So after I need that hog in good condition because I'm going to just go across the road for a Carrera squad. Need to have it in good shape. Here's a couple berserkers.
Enemy going berserk.
That's an enemy grenade!
Incoming!
See you in hell, Banished.
Close the book on that one.
Things work better than that. They tone it down. Did they nerf them on the update?
Do it. I'm on foot.
Oops.
Ho ho ho! This is nice. Buckled in. Let's get going.
Okay, sniper, Hydra, shoddy, two. Gonna be. Yeah, there's. Those fuckers like to drop it from, like, commando. Something other than.
Let's do our best not to get perforated in here.
Yes, even though this hog is not in good shape. Party. And I realize I'm making the wrong turn. It's a little further down.
UNSC distress pulse. No response on comms. We should check it out.
One of the other things, like a noted item with this squad, is when the Phantom shows up, is just put yourself in a safe place so it's not going to shoot you. And you're not going to take damage because
Saw that shot.
they will shoot you
Keep it
from
up.
distance and take lots of damage. You don't need any more damage. At least I don't need any more damage. So I'll just wait it out for them to drop off who they're dropping off and move on their way.
Watch your head, Jackal Sniper. Affirmative. Turn, kid. Uniform.
This one doesn't seem to be like it's that hard or difficult, and the thing is, I just might be making it difficult. Come on.
Hostile reinforcements inbound.
Did I lose a wheel? No, I got all my wheels. Why is the hog driving
Those
so
Marines will live to fight
crappy?
another day. I hope we see them back at the FOBs.
Alright, there should be 2 of these swords. I guess I'm just... These guys are saved. These guys are armed the way I want them armed. So now I'm just going through the process of going through my checklist to see do I have everything, because the next stop is, or at least the next mission part is going to be the tower.
All right, it's
So I just need to get a new hog. Do the tower mission. So I think they're all armed the way I want them to. And so here he'll be coming up. How the you'll see how he fires the Hydra and how it just hits the hog or explodes on the hog. Get a new Razorback.
Crap, they're gone.
Bring back the covenant. You bet.
I'm under fire.
That one's not coming back. Nice
It didn't
kill.
happen there, but I know it happens along this route. It might happen outside the gates of this compound.
Yeah, it's
or
occupied.
here
Figures. The
inside.
time I decided to go through is occupied.
There it happened. It just happened again.
Oh, that's one of the
You're the
downsides with
ugliest
that.
damn chicken I've ever seen.
So there were two
One of
two
the
times he
downsides
fired
of the Hydra.
and it exploded on the hog.
Just shoots and it does something with hitting the vehicle, like shoots the ground, like in the middle of the vehicle, or it's something silly.
I'll just leave this here.
So then the other thing is, being that my shield is damaged, I want or need to get my shield back.
Focus fire.
Who's ready for some vehicular manslaughter?
So here
Get
comes
rid of
more
that.
bad luck.
I thought you guys were the
Get rid of
smart
that
ones.
elite, and I'll go get my shield back.
One less Banished to
Yeah.
worry
There was a
about.
grunt, and I didn't see or notice him until it was like they start shooting him, and it's too late.
Figures. I'm trying to peek, and they find him.
And there was no other enemies. And so there were some enemies here on the left, so that's why there was a revert to a checkpoint here. There were some enemies on the left, and I ran out to try and get them, and it didn't go well. The Marines did something stupid, and the hog blasted away. I can't recall. There were different scenarios and different things that happened, but it just ended up having to suicide and come back and do this again. And of course, there's the usual where I'm going to go tap out an enemy, and the Marines throw their nades on me as I'm trying to kill them.
Was this the new hog? Undamaged hog? So this is the time to go. This is the time to go.
So now I think
I've
it's
got a
now
sword.
time
I'd
to
rather have. No,
hit the road and go to the
I'm just gonna attack these
tower.
guys.
And once again,
Shoot.
this intersection has enemies again, and the last thing I need is for damage. And you got this
Oh, I missed
jetpack
him.
brute with a
And the
heat
hog is
wave
already damaged.
and just ruins this hog, and it's brand new.
Master Chief with a takedown. Feels good to be
Is there anything
dishing it
more
back
you're
out.
shooting at? Great, I
So
already got
now
it.
my hog is
Lost
ruined,
a wheel
Here,
on that.
please.
Oh, this
so
is
I need to go
silly.
back and get a new hog.
And I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that.
Can't recall
This
what I'm
intersection
indecisive
will be
about, but I think it's. Am I thinking about what weapon to
I'm
carry?
think- I'm
Because there's a plasma pistol here, and I think
questioning
I'm
if I
better
should take-
taking a plasma pistol. Secondly, it's also this intersection is probably going to reset again.
Pulse carbine.
I'm going to have to go
plasma
through this
pistol
again.
Instead of the sword. I don't
All I
know.
can think about
I
is
don't
everyone we
remember there
lost.
being any.
The Banished
I'm not
gotta
gonna
pay.
Get in these.
Can it?
There will be a plasma pistol there, but it's inside. That's difficult. Alright.
come on foot.
Our duty's fine and all. But man, I want to deal out some hurt.
You got orders, sir?
You got it, Chief.
I need to
Vehicle
pause
delivery en route.
for laundry.
Yes, I am aggressively handsome.
And that will
Thanks for
conclude all the side missions for recovery. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video. Mission 4, the Tower.